since, you know, I was trying to drill that pocket, or trying to mill that pocket out, and, you know, the bit snapped if you watched yesterday's video. Since then, like, I've just been itching to try, whoa, bit of wood there. I've just been itching to sort of try it again with, you know, in a different way, and, you know, get the sort of speed right, and just turning on the machine there, get the sort of the speed right, the RPM right, all that sort of stuff. I have been doing a little bit of searching online and looking up tables and things for the bits and learning things, but also I have to mention basically a massive thank you to the various experienced people who have commented since yesterday's video, which, as I record this, is only 4 hours of comments, and it's just unbelievable. Just great information about sort of speeds I should be using, you know, things like definitely should be using at least mist coolant and coolant. And so I won't mention individually, you know, because I get so many comments, I'd have to go back and, you know, but thank you if you mentioned it and you commented, and, you know, I really appreciate it, and definitely I take all things on board. You know, you can state the obvious, and I'm perfectly okay with that. What I have set up there is like the mist coolant. So you got 4 types of coolant. Well, you got 3, I think. 1 is just doing nothing and just cutting dry. 2, air, you can just blow air. That's what I was doing yesterday, but I don't think it was effective for what I was doing. You've got flood, which is basically, don't know if you can see it, but this nozzle here, and that just flood coolant. That's just like a flood of like a special, it's called coolant, cutting fluid, whatever. And that, you know, that just stops heat, lubricates. I think that's pretty much what it does. And that basically floods down. Gonna be messy on an open machine like this. There's like a tray down there, and it pumps back up and starts again. The other one is mist. So it's the same nozzle as just the air, but that little jug down there, I've put coolant in there, and it's like a fine mist of coolant, and it just gives, you know, a bit of air, kind of blows chips away, and a little bit of, well, mist really, and that just sort of lubricates, and I think it might cool as well, I'm not sure. Just about to get that set up, and extension lead where the air compressor is plugged into the wall seems to have stopped working, and I don't have a spare one, so gonna go and get that now and have lunch at the same time, and hopefully do something later on. Okay, so extension lead is now in, air compressor has just been on and it's now full. You'll notice I bought 2 extension leads, in fact multiple 1 and 2 extension leads. You know my rule, if something goes I buy 2, because if it goes it's likely to go again. It might seem a bit excessive sometimes, but you know, big picture, long term, it's a good rule to follow. There's a saying that I kind of follow, I think it's from like the US Marines or something like that. Maybe I'm not giving credit to the proper person or people or whatever, but it's 2 is 1 and 1 is none, and that's a good rule to follow, I think. Take a look at this broken end mill. You can see like it's not cut properly, so what would that be? Like, maybe I needed coolant, maybe the feed rate was too high, maybe the spindle speed was too low, or maybe As you can tell, I am trying to keep the smile off my face. The difference between yesterday's attempt at a pocket and today's pocket is unbelievable. I didn't realize I could get so much joy from just milling out a pocket in aluminium. Unbelievable. Little side note, when I first started my business 3.5 years ago, like, it was a dream to have one of these machines. Like, truthfully, it's not efficient for me. Like, I need to be focusing on products and design and getting new things, you know, getting sort of things marketed and sold and shipped, and, you know, organizing the business, sorting out this sort of workshop. But there's a part of me that, like, wants to have a go at this. I remember starting to sort of dream about CNC machines when I was like 13, 14, 15, something like that. So that's nearly 20 years ago. And CNC machine here and a pocket. I know I keep going on about it, and there's like amazing people all over the world, Instagram, YouTube, doing like the most unbelievable things on milling machines. My own products have the most amazing CNC machining because I work with a very talented machinist. But doing something myself, this pocket myself, is just, it's something different. One thing I'll have to sort out, something I used this time compared to yesterday, is I used the mist that I talked about earlier. I don't think you can tell, but this whole place is full of mist. So either we have to seal that or just work with flood coolant only or something like that, because there's no way we can have this mist going everywhere. It's just gonna get on everything. Unfortunately, I am going to have to call it a day here at the workshop. I'm over in the new workshop with a friend here. We've just had lunch and it's time to go back. Tomorrow I will be here again and I will be milling again. That's the plan anyway. Man, you know what? I was going to check the focus. Yep, focus is good. You know what? I was going to head home and do a bit more of a video, but I ended up playing squash, first time in years, having dinner. It's getting dark. I don't like to do videos when it's dark because the footage goes really grainy. A couple of things quickly. One is, when I was milling that pocket today, I almost certainly could go a lot faster than that. I just wanted something that worked. So from all the YouTube comments I got and what I read online and looking up the data sheets, I just picked a series of things, you know, like, that would pretty much guarantee that I could, or you know, make it as surefire as possible that the pocket was going to work, and it did. So that was awesome. You know, this isn't about optimizing or anything like that. Now the other thing is, I saw in a comment someone said, oh, you know, won't be long until you master it and things like that. Just to be clear, my intention isn't to master milling, CNC milling, or that kind of stuff. I really don't want to learn it in a way. Like, I want to learn it for my own interest, and it's something I've always wanted to do. But in a way, like, it's every sort of hour I spend doing that, it takes away from like building my business, working on the business. Because I already work with a machinist. You know, he's got 2 CNC machines, 2 CNC milling machines, a CNC lathe, you know, like top-end Japanese stuff. He is like a master machinist and engineer, and I work with him, and he sort of like realizes my designs, brings them to life, you know, a bit of to and fro, prototyping, things like that, you know. And I'm working on the business, getting, you know, new products, you know, trying to do better customer service and put systems into place. 2 things which I need to do a lot better on, I know that for sure. And so if I spend an entire day, you know, sitting, you know, trying to mill a pocket or mill something, it's not really what I want to do. But here's the reason I am doing it. One is, you know, like, there is that part of me where I just want to do it. But the other thing is there's lots of prototyping I'd like to do and things I'd like to show you on, you know, this YouTube channel. And I think, you know, growing this channel will help my business, and if I can help that, then spending time milling and working on the mill and doing kind of some cool projects and cool prototypes and showing you the process will aid in that. So it sort of indirectly helps the business, if that makes sense. Very quickly, YouTube comments / questions. What made you choose that CNC? I saw another question about this. I I will answer that tomorrow. There's a multitude of reasons, and I'll try and do that tomorrow. If I forget, remind me. Do you have a video of how to use the water jet? I think saw videos from 6 or 9 months ago. There might be 1 or 2 on what I do. Have a look sort of through them. If not, you know, like in fact I might actually do one soon on it. $79 for a bottle opener? Question mark, exclamation mark. I'm assuming you're referring to my website. Yes, as I say in pretty much every video I do, and like I only make high-end, high-quality stuff. I mean, for some people, $79 for a bottle opener is nothing. $200 for a bottle opener is nothing. I mean, I know personally I've paid $130, $150 for one before, I think. You know, for some people, like $10 is too much for a bottle opener. All these things are relative. It just depends, like where you are psychologically, financially. I think that's probably it, actually. I will leave you with a quote. It is by Marcus Aurelius, and he said, "The soul becomes dyed with the colour of its thoughts."